My name's Jollz. I'm a Radiant player. If you're enjoying this type of content, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. If you're interested in coaching yourself or want a chance to win free coaching, be sure to watch the end of the video for details. Other than that, enjoy the video. Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Pretty good.
You ready to pop off today? You got this. You're better. Dude, your stats on your ult are really good. You know what's crazy is like, okay, so both of you on both accounts, you have similar headshot percentages, but I swear this is a thing. When you play on an ult, you play better, and then when you're playing your main, you don't play as good, right? This is a very, very common thing for a lot of people. And I think the big reason for this is mainly like they're a lot more, you know, they don't care as much and there's not as much pressure, which allows them to play the game a lot better. The more like relaxed you are, I guess the easier the games become because it's less stressful, so less pressure and less overthinking, right? So your ult account, 163 damage per round. That's very good. And you have like a lot of games played. 1.3 KD. Our headshot percentage is the only thing that's a little bit on the lower end. You should be aiming for anything above 20%, but win percentage is great. Looks like you've been playing a lot of Reyna.
Yeah, I'm an initiator main, and I used to play a ton of like MOBAs. So I'm like really comfortable with like the util on like initiators and stuff, and I think it's a lot of fun.
Your stats are very good, especially considering how little you've been playing, and this is your first FPS game. That's already like a really tall tale sign that, you know, what you're doing is good, and you are picking things up very quickly, which is amazing. So this is gonna be exciting. I'm pumped. I'm pumped.
I'm eyeing. I'm gonna dog a U-Haul.
Good comms. Could be in the smoke actually. One triple.
Oh, I already dogged it.
One triple. One showers.
There's one triple.
One shower scare.
We can rotate. Let's rotate. There's two here. Oh, goddamn.
Oh, that's tough. It's a good calm though. It's a good calm to rotate. So one thing too that you want to do as well, if you start seeing anyone dying, like whether it's your teammates or the enemy team, you want to quickly glance at the minimap, right? And find out where are they dying, who do they kill, right? It's very important, like just a quick little glance. And this brings it back down to like a MOBA game. It's the same thing, like, you know how important the minimap is in MOBA games. It's the same kind of concept. Obviously, it's not as tunnel vision-y. Like you're not going to be staring at the minimap a lot of the times when things are going down, but a quick glance, even if, you know, you are out in the open, it would be like a quick little who died where. If I see someone on the minimap, where do I see them? Because I saw like two people triple and one person showers, and by the time we like noticed that, it was a little bit, there was a good calm to rotate because that's great. We saw 3 people there and there was only 4 up, so it's like, yeah, you guys definitely want to rotate. But good calm so far. It's good. How are you? I'm doing
nice
well. I'm doing well. How are you? So it looks like quick switching a little bit, I'm noticing, and maybe pulling out our util in spots where we shouldn't.
Go. I'm gonna play main.
Yeah. Good. Good. We have sight. Sight is cleared. We go back to the choke that we had. Good. So far, I do like this. Okay, that's a good
One
ball.
U-Haul.
So we need to get U-Haul control here, and we realize that. We have a dog for this, though. I probably would have dogged earlier. Back up, back up. Let's try. It was super tough because we didn't have U-Haul control. We didn't have short control. You know what I mean? And that's when we start getting pinched. So the idea usually is in post plants, you need to have control of something, whether it's U-Haul or you go back short or something. I know it was kind of scary because they have a Bucky, and you know, you don't want to take close fights with a Bucky. So that's why you kind of gave up U-Haul control. But at some point we have to bite the bullet, right? And we have to take like one fight so we have control of something at least.
He's elbow. I'm gonna dog.
So we sometimes peek with our utility out. We're here with our Reyna. Good trade. I love that. Good.
It's walled off.
Actually, I would still pick Eisen's. Nice. Good kill. I love that we're still clearing that even though we see the wall there, right? Very good. Yeah. Very good habits to have.
One enemy remaining.
Nice.
Where's the jet? Showers. Don't peek.
Last player standing.
Nice shots. Great concert placement. So you started playing like more of an aggressive angle. Is that so you could play with your Omen there, or?
Yeah, I didn't want him to peek, so he could wait for me to like get in a bigger angle to trade him, but he ended up peeking, so I stopped moving and I figured I'd just play the off angle.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, I'm just trying to, you know, get a sense of your, you know, your thought process for that round is all.
In situations like this, should I just force the Vandal or should I prioritize util since I'm playing Fade?
Usually, yeah, you definitely do. If your team does buy and you have like 3,300, you always go Vandalite. Utility is good, but Vandal and armor is the most important thing.
He's hit for 120. Nice.
So a little bit about the bursting thing.
Viper's showers. They're both showers, I'm gonna ult them. Okay, they falled off. They're going short.
I probably wouldn't have ulted, only because we need it for next round. Basically,
More showers.
we need to start playing greedy if we want to come back. So I think it was a little bit of a waste of an ult. And we probably could have played around our teammates instead. So the idea is like, because we're down so many rounds, we have to start playing a little bit more greedy because we have to like string so many rounds back to back. I would be like, oh, it's a 4v2. Maybe I don't need to ult. I'll save it for the next round so I can secure the next one kind of deal. It's still a good round. This is still winnable 4 rounds.
I'm just gonna hold heaven on A. Oh, there's too short.
Were we looking at the minimap? Wow.
Yeah, I was looking at the Sova killing 2 of our teammates.
Okay, all good. It's a good try.
Oh.
This is gonna be so hard to win though.
6 bullets. Oh!
Oh.
Might be playing lineups. I think
Yeah,
it's GG.
that's GG. Okay, I mean, this game wasn't bad. I feel like you played this game overall pretty well. I think it was just unfortunate that we ran into someone who's actually cracked. I don't know.
The thing is, though, even though he dropped like a 30 bomb, it didn't seem like, at least in game, maybe I just wasn't like aim dueling him, but he didn't seem super good. I think this was definitely winnable.
Yeah. No, I think it was too. Yeah. I think it was too. Like, it wasn't one of those games where it was like completely... I mean, it was a bit of a team diff, I won't lie, but... And the same thing, like, if we played slightly better, I think we win that game, is usually how I think about it. Some games are actually unwinnable. Like, if you lose like a 13-2, those are just like, okay, whatever. You know, like, it's a team diff, we go next. All right, so let me share my screen. Let me get into a game, because there's a couple of things here that I want to talk about. Okay, quite a few, like... little minor stuff, or at least in games. So the biggest ones are going to be timing, micro adjustment we'll talk about after. So timings, looking at the mini map, exposing ourselves with utility, and taking space. I will briefly mention, for the most part, our positioning isn't bad post plant, but just to kind of just drive the point in. And then crosshair placement when going quickly, but it wasn't that bad really. I don't think that even worth mentioning all too much. I think the micro adjustment was the bigger thing. So what do I mean by timings? Like, sometimes when I'm going to talk about like lurk timings in general, okay? So with lurk timings, like I mentioned before, when we were by ourselves here and we have like 3 people going showers, what I would be doing, like when my teammates are going up showers, I wouldn't even look for this fight yet, right? Because it's going back to what I was saying, like nobody can really trade you. So with that in mind, we have to play a little bit more conservative. Otherwise it's going to be like a 50-50. Like if they peek into us, they're going to like look for us. We don't know where they are. They don't know where we are. And in that sense, it's like a 50-50. You basically want to be avoiding as many 50-50s as possible, and that's because who knows who it just comes down to who practice aim labs more, right? And in my opinion, like I think those are very unnecessary, because if I put myself in a lot of 50-50s, even plat players can shit on me, you know what I mean? But what makes a good player so good is that they maximize their position so well that they have such a huge advantage, where it's like if you get to a spot where they don't expect you and you're holding this off angle here and they're coming here and they're like, oh, they're coming up short, and he comes around this corner and doesn't expect you here, this is a free kill, you know what I mean? So you basically want to put yourself in spots where you get this jump and this statistic advantage, right? And the best way of basically doing that is like when your teammates are making a lot of noise and I'm waiting until they're fully out of showers and getting information of where these people are on site. And then after the fact, that's when maybe we walk up and then, you know, try and catch this guy who's going to be like, oh, a lot of showers. And the second this person hears like a lot of showers, he's going to do this, clear this, see nothing, and then hold this angle, right? And as they're holding this angle, that's where we kind of, you know, get that advantageous position. So this is something that we should be doing a lot more when we're by ourselves. Now, as initiator, we're probably not going to be lurking all too much. So when you are by yourself, we want to go a little bit more slower, a little bit more, you know, methodical, rather than, you know, just kind of pushing up and trying to take as many gunfights as you can. That's not to say we should be avoiding all gunfights, but, you know, if you can get an advantage, you should, you know what I mean? Kind of deal. Now, another thing that I want to talk about with timing is basically like our utility and our utility timing. So from our gun to our utility, we have like what, 2 seconds or something, I don't even know, like 1 point something seconds, where we're basically just like useless, right? This entire animation we can't do anything, and even with our utility out we can't shoot, so we're useless, right? And then all the way from here, got utility out, throw our utility, now we can finally shoot. This is like 3 something seconds. Okay, it should be like we clear first, we pull out our util, boom, we throw it. During this entire animation of gun, util out, throw, back to our gun, we should be avoiding avoiding being exposed as much as possible. So we are only exposed for like point something seconds rather than the full 3 seconds. So sometimes when we're coming around here, I notice we do this, we clear, and then we just pull out our util and then we throw it, right? And then we drop it. So this entire time we're exposed. What if they peek during this time? So what we should be doing is we clear it first, and then after clearing it, that's when we could just be like, we go behind the wall, because if they peek while we have their utility out, we're not going to be exposed. Boom, we throw it. As the throw is going out, we hide again, and then we have the gun is out, we get to peek again. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You basically limit the amount of time that you're exposed to. It's a very important thing with a lot of utility, especially as an initiator. And a lot of the times I do notice, like, yeah, we come around the corner, like we clear it first, which is good. That's definitely first step. We clear. After clear, we pull out our util, but during this pull-out time, we're just fully exposed, and it's scary, and I'm like, oh god, you know, we could get timings pretty hard. So that's something that I would do. It's just like clear, 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 boom, I pull out my utility, boom, I throw it, and I just wait, drop it, gun out, now we're ready for everything. The chances of us getting timing is a lot less, like huge. Same idea with our quick switching. Try to avoid quick switching as much. I know it's like a bad habit, and sometimes it's okay to do it, to pull out your knife, but you know, it wouldn't be like after I clear everything like this, oh, we quick switch, because like what if we get timing from this guy backside or something, you know? It's more just like gun out, clear, 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 clear. Okay, everything looks good, and we're chilling, and now we can quick switch, right? Because it's like we cleared everything, we're not going to get timing anymore. How should I be holding U-Haul? So the answer for me is very simple. If I'm going to hold an off angle, the only time I'm comfortable holding an off angle is if I know that they don't have any utility that they can basically punish me with it. If I know that they don't have a fade dog, or sky dog, or sky flash, or KO flash, if I know they don't have any of this stuff, oh, I'm playing here for sure, because this is like a very good angle. Now, if I know that they have a flash, I'm probably going to be playing like anti-flash, right? Because I know that they're going to try and flash the corner, and maybe I play like this, where I'm just like kind of just peeking for the info, because I know they're going to flash the corner. As soon as they flash, I punish them for the wide swing that they're going to have.
How often would you, like on initiator, like I know in like proper play, like you shouldn't be lurking, but I feel like in like, especially in this elo, it's probably beneficial to lurk sometimes. It's like, is there like a rule of thumb of like how often you should be like doing that kind of stuff? Obviously not like every round.
So when would I lurk? Okay, let's say that I'm going with my teammates, I'm dogging for them, nobody is pushing through and following up with my utility, or our rushes suck, like we're not trading, or they're rotating very quickly. Now it's like, all right guys, slow down, we start lurking, right? And what I would be doing is, especially if I don't have a utility, what's the point of even going with them, right? I'm lurking. Like if I have no utility, Vandal light armor, I'm like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna lurk. And I'm gonna go like be long here, and you know, just try and work up and slowly get some stuff. And you can get some timings here. If they're making a ton of noise, hey, maybe you start hearing people rotate off, and then if they are rotating off, right, like maybe we get to basically work up, get ourselves in a really good spot, and then after we're here, I'm like, guys, fall back, come B, I have B, and boom, I'm just like in such a good spot now where I'm guaranteed at least one as they're rotating back, right? This is like the power of lurking. But yeah, any questions at all?
The hard part is like when I start playing, it's like you just have to like kind of force yourself to like remember these things, and like I guess focus on like one thing at a time.
Absolutely. So that's actually a very good point, and this is something I actually should be telling, you know, the people that I'm coaching as well. I threw a lot at you. Don't do all of them at once. Do not ever go into the game and be like, I have to work on my space control, my pacing, my mini map. You're gonna overwhelm yourself, and you're not gonna improve very quickly. Literally just do everything that you normally do, but do one thing different, right? So you were like control post plant. Okay, the next 3 games, that's your only focus on attack side. It's like, we cleared site, I need to get control of something, or I need to go back to where we were to keep that control. Make that an active thing that you think about, and then after you've done it 3 games in a row and you're like, okay, I feel comfortable with what I did, that's when you can start adding other stuff. And then you start to notice those things that you actively do, it starts becoming subconscious. You don't think about it anymore. For me personally, I don't think about these kind of things in my games, right? Because I've done it so many times, and I know what I need to be doing. I don't do it anymore. Like, it's just one of those things like, oh, bomb is planted, yo, you hold control, you know, and we push for it, right? And it's like, you end up getting that with all of these things that I mentioned, because, you know, you can't actively be thinking about these things, stuff while you play. It's one of those things that you actively think about. Post plant, VOD reviews, that's when you think about these stuff. However, to make things into a good habit, you have to start actively thinking about some stuff. So it's the same way, like when I tell people that they have a spraying problem because they're committing to too many gunfights, they're like, well, I just naturally crouch and spray, I don't even think about it. You have to start actively thinking, okay, next gunfight, I am not going to crouch. I'm going to burst and strafe no matter what. And then when they come around the corner, you're like, oh, you're ready, because you know exactly how you do. You have to do this a couple times to build that habit for you. The same way you could build bad habits, same way you could build good habits. So yeah, focus on one thing at a time, but until you're like comfortable with it, where you're like, oh yeah, we should take control, right? And then you can start piling other stuff on. So Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, no worries at all. Best of luck in your ranked games if you're playing any more today.
Yeah, definitely. I took the day off, so.
Nice, perfect. If you're interested in coaching yourself, click the link in the description, click the book a lesson button, and select your plan and time. So if you want to win free coaching, be sure to comment down below your Discord name without the hashtag and what you learned from the video. I'll be picking out a person randomly.